The state has officially begun awarding grants to local agencies to set up temporary housing sites for homeless families. This comes as officials struggle with finding newly arriving migrants places to stay after hitting a state-imposed limit of 7,500 families in the state's emergency homeless shelter system. The United Way of Massachusetts announcing this week that Catholic Charities and Boston was the first organizations to be awarded this grant. It will be used to provide temporary rooms to low-income families. This specific site can accommodate up to 27 families, or about 81 people, as they wait to enter the state's emergency shelter system.